Hey, all my crafty friends. I am coming to you with another video for my oldest son's album. A couple of stories. As if you are following me, you know that I am trying to fill my kids' scrapbooks still from 2020. I haven't even started 2024, I don't think yet. And we're in March, so I'm getting myself even more behind in that. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Maybe I'll have to start like doing a couple from last year and a couple from this year so that I don't get so behind anymore. Anyways, so yes, I'm trying to do a couple for last year, and I'm trying to do 2 spreads a month at least for them. And also starting to try and fill in any areas of the albums that need to be filled in. So here are the albums. And last year, which I wasn't really doing beforehand, I kind of did start this in 2023. So this is kind of the start of his 2023 album. And for the most part, I got a couple of them. I do need to go through and continue to print out the Tracy Reed's, like, I was doing like these on vellum for like a binder type thing, or a, divider. There we go. So yeah, so we have all of this. Some things I still even need to like go back in and do from like January 2023. But anyways, this is where I started. So here is January. Like I obviously need to like get a big picture or something, just fill that in. Here's February. So February is pretty much done. We might need another, 8x10s or something like that. I need to reprint this. I punched it upside down. Let's see. March, there's only 1 spread for, so we definitely need to go in for March. And then April, we need to start getting dividers for April. Let's see, we have 1 spread for April. Yep, we need more for April. May, I have no more dividers. I need to just go through and print all of the dividers. May, he has 2 stories for May. So as of right now, that's kind of just done. So if they have to, it's done. If I ever want to go back and fill in more, then I will go back and fill in more. But for right now, that's kind of just done. I am actually, the story that I think I'm working on today fills in this spot. And then June, we're filling in this spot. So I'm kind of working with that. And then he'll have plenty for June. We've got that. What is this? And then this is July, which we worked on in my last video. And then 1 for September. So we have quite a little bit to go, at least to get 2023 done. And then this is just the rest of the years. And pretty soon we will have to move into a new album for him and start moving it around. So that's exciting. It looks like that got pulled out a little bit. So yeah, so that's where we're at with that. And that's why I said actually I needed to pull that out, because as you can see, there's like a last day of school. And I think that these 3 go on the back of that one. And that's how we're doing that. So yeah, so we need to get a few things cut. I am just going back and using my Stories by the Month kits, and for the most part, in conjunction to whatever month it is back then. So I just used a stamp and kind of went all up and down this. There's a story that goes with it. I don't think that I actually pulled out the story. Yeah, there's a story because it's like pouring down rain on them. And unfortunately they should have won this tournament. And unfortunately the rain just would not give up, and it just was crazy. It was like their first tournament of the year. So there's a story to go along with this, but I at least got that printed. So we'll get that in there, and then we will get all of this all cut up. Yep. Yeah, and then the rest of this is old stuff that I found, so we don't really need this. But yeah, so let's get working on this. It's gonna be a little bit of a short one, probably. And yeah, unfortunately, it sounds like my printer just took a nosedive. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I will probably be researching some new printers, but honestly, I will probably just keep with the HP because the ink is cheap. I just put it on an HP instant ink, and I've always had always done very good for their inks or their printers at this point, their photo printers. So I'll probably just keep it to a photo printer at this point. I do have a Canon. I would love a large format one, but I don't have the space for it. And B, again, like, I don't want to pay for their ink. And unless HP has a large format printer, I won't be getting it. Plus, I don't have the money right now to spend on that. I don't have the money to spend on any printer, really. But I can't do any of this or any of my creative team work without it. So, I'll have to get that. So, all right, I am going to put you to music and get you on fast forward and get you done.
All right, guys, so let's get started on this. Oh, I have been sitting here trying to remember where that 3x4 card came from, and I literally cannot remember which one it came out of. I need to be better about that. I'm pulling a huge mind blank. If I can figure it out, which I can figure it out, I'm not at my computer doing this on my phone. I will put it in the description below so everybody has it. It is an Allie Edwards card. That is what I do know. Like I mentioned, I am pretty much using all of Allie's stories by the month from that month of 2023. Okay, so obviously not the new ones, the 2023. And then a mix of story kits. I have pretty much every story kit from last year, some from 2022, and then the ones from 2024 currently. So I'm kind of working through them. I really need to do better and sit and get through them, but you know, what can you do? All right, so let's open up this album and start figuring out the placing of where all of these stories are going to go. So I do know the last day of school story is going to go on that 5 by 8.25 paper. And again, I'm keeping this quick and dirty, guys. Quick and easy. I mean, there might be a story or two that definitely gets more time spent into it. But at this point, we are in catch-up mode. Well, when are we not in catch-up mode, really? But I would really like to get started on 2024 stories. I really need to go through. Honestly, January and February are always very light story. I need to get better at that. Story times. It's winter here. My kids, my oldest doesn't do any winter sports. My youngest does basketball. So I have stories from that. But honestly, guys, like around here, winter, my kids are inside. We're not doing too much of anything. We're really just like recouping and getting ready for summer, honestly, because our summers are crazy busy with baseball and activities outside. So I tend to just let my kids kind of rest and relax and, play their games. That's where their friends are. None of the kids go to each other's houses anymore at this point, especially not my 16-year-old. My 16-year-old is definitely working out at the gym and has some school stuff that I could tell some stories about, which I will. But other than that, other stories that have happened this year, I'm probably not going to put in his album. Just more personal stories, girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think that he wants that in his album, honestly. So there's already enough of that girlfriend in these albums that's good enough. So, all right. So I am then pulling out, I have a ton of page protectors from years past. Now I need to stop cutting up these 3x4 ones because I do use those. I need to go through with my fuse tool and make the full page protectors into 3x4s and cut those down. That is my project for this week because I have so many of those and I'm never going to use a full page page protector. There we go. And so I'm going to use my fuse tool and fuse those together to make 3x4, 4 pocket protectors and 3x4 2 pocket protectors, because that is what I use the most. And then the rest of, if I do cut them down, the rest of it just gets used for like shaker cards when I make cards and all that kind of stuff. So the other thing I have issues with is when I print a 7 by 8.25 large photo, that if I'm not using 3x4 photos, like there's a large piece of paper that is just, sitting there that gets wasted. Now, a lot of the times I will hold on to it, but again, that is just like a lot of holding on to scraps. And so generally, if I have a 4x6 photo, I will size it down a little bit and print it right on the edge of that 7 by 8.25. And that's what you're seeing here. And that's why I need a little piece of like backer paper. This one was a little bit weird on my measurements. I couldn't figure out what I did, but it is what it is. And we're just going to put that there. We're going to act like it doesn't matter. It's okay. It's in the album. Not everything needs to be perfect. And it kind of caught me off guard, so I really didn't have a plan for it. I probably could have done a little bit better, but we'll figure it out next time. This story and this spread that I'm working on is actually... my youngest went to a day camp, an overnight camp for school for 5th grade. And it was like their big field trip of the year. And my oldest son actually volunteered to be a chaperone. And so I went through all the Facebook pictures and stole them from the teachers of any that he was in. And obviously my 11-year-old was in, of course. And, I'm putting this story in there because I thought it was cool that he volunteered to do this. He loved the camp when he went in 5th grade. So he was like, I'll go again. And they needed volunteers to help with the kids and all that kind of stuff. So it was a good spread to put in here. And the spread that I did for my youngest son looks totally different because he was with his friends and doing all the good stuff. So it's kind of fun to see how the two spreads came together, from the same story from different perspectives, pretty much. So I just pulled out all of my labels. Most of those are from Ellie's Studio. This pattern paper was from Ellie's Studio, and it says Summer Fun on the background. So that is why I used it. Even though you can clearly see that they are in like sweatshirts and pants. It was the end of May, so it wasn't quite summer, but... And there it is. It's Camp Koknakonic. It's a huge summer camp around here. It's pretty expensive for kids just to go. So them getting this experience through school is pretty awesome because I probably wouldn't be able to send my kids to that camp for them to, have a regular like summer camp experience there. So loved that. And I'm like, let's decorate it. I think I used one of the label, stickers that says love this, and then I put another chipboard that says love this moment. It is what it is. I mentioned in the beginning that my printer is down. It's not even trying to print on my transparency paper, so I'm gonna have to go back and do the journaling for that. It is what it is. We'll figure it out. Hopefully I will get a new printer here within the next day or so, or figure out that it's how to fix it or something. I don't know. I don't think that I can fix it, unfortunately. Don't know that much about printers to fix it. All right, just double and triple checking that I'm about to punch those in the right spot. So this story is in high school for baseball. You transition from school baseball to your travel team baseball. And this is the first weekend that they played together for the travel ball teams. And that's usually like where our family is, our baseball family. And so This was actually a screenshot from a video, so not the best picture by no means, but it was his first hit of the season and he got a triple. So here we are. Now, I am upset at myself. I was supposed to use the large Jane stamps, and I started doing this, not really even thinking about it. As you can see, this stamp set is extremely used. This is one of my favorites. And halfway through it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to restamp everything, so it's okay. I just put triple. I will, again, as soon as my printer starts working, again, print out a card to go on this. But as you've seen in that picture, I did do a QR code. I want to do more of those, since I have tons and tons of video of them playing. I would like to put more QR codes in, and yeah, hopefully that way he can go through, you know, I don't know how long QR codes are gonna, you know, stick around for. Who knows? It could be, you know, a 10-year thing, or, you know, people look at those, you know, 10 years down the road and be like, what in the world are those boxes? But they've stuck around for quite some time now at this point. So hopefully they'll stick around for a little bit more time, and that way he can have some of the videos from this time, and then my other little one. But yeah, lots of more QR codes to come here in the near future. It is pretty easy once you find the right program. I feel like that's my hardest part, is I'm always trying to figure out what the free program is. But I finally figured out that you can do it in Canva. So that has taken all the guesswork out of it. I do have Canva Pro. But yeah, it's taken the guesswork out of it. You literally go in there and it's easy peasy. Easy peasy. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we're just going to glue these down. My glue was going everywhere. You're going to see here soon. Because I refilled my glue bottle. I was getting quite low, got the refill for it. And so I did fill it, and it is like going everywhere. You're going to see me. See, I'm like wiping it off and doing different things. But, so yeah, like I said, another simple page, but this will have a, at least a 3x4 card probably go on the bottom of this page, telling the story and what is happening, where they're at, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, as soon as my thing, I sat there forever, guys, and thinking that I spelled triple wrong. It looks so much different. I don't know if I did spell it wrong, please. No, I like checked it 20 times in Google. All right, and then we're going to put that one in there. And I think that we're going to be finishing up. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you've made it this far, definitely put a baseball in the comments below. We'll be using baseballs probably a lot in the comments.
See that Photoshop
and
shot.
Let me know what you guys think of doing albums for each kiddo. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.